So a lot of times as women, and this video is probably going to be late because I'm actually doing it like 20 minutes before it's supposed to go up. I'm so sorry. I have been running around. I have clients today, so I'm trying to prepare for that. But I wanted to talk about the fact that I'm talking about I was on social media, and I think I was Instagram, and I was scrolling through, and I think I hit my hand on something that reposted this girl. And I'm like, what did I repost? And I saw, and I think she had a butt out, or I'm like, oh Lord. So I was trying to figure out a way to take that off. And it ran across me, and I was like, once you do that, of course it gets into the algorithm. So now they're sending you these photos of, sisters half naked or whatnot. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. And I was like, wow, we think our beauty is in our sexuality. And so I wanted to talk about that because a lot of us think our natural beauty is in our sexuality. And I wanted to talk about why we, a lot of times, will lead with that, even in the hairstyles that we do, because we're still on this journey talking about the series about Black women and how we don't realize that our natural beauty, our true authentic self, where we don't have to do all of that, will attract. Instead, we look into so many other things, hair extensions and different things like that. And even in our sexuality, that we think that, let me lure the person in, the man in, or significant other in, with the looks, with the curviness, with the butt, when half of my cheeks out. Now they're wearing lingerie as if it's an outfit. I'm like, you can't make this stuff up. You actually wearing a leotard with a jacket with sheer, and everything is out, and then you actually thinking that you're gonna get a husband, and you will get a husband, but it'll be some issues going on. Trust me, you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of us think that because we're desirable and because men look at us in that way, that's us showing them our beauty. Oh, they look at us as beautiful. But in actuality, it's really not, because you're not being your true authentic self. You're leading with sexuality. So that's one of the things that we do too. These are the different vices that we use to call it beauty, to call it confidence, to say, I love myself. And really in reality, reality, a lot of times that is not the case. It's actually the opposite of it. I'm leading with sexuality because in my childhood, I was always being touched. If you were that curvaceous, sexy, beautiful girl, you know how you were developed before you should have, that before everybody else developed. And so you had that sick uncle or cousin. Yeah, I'm talking about everything. Or that it's a lot of times it's the relative that found you that way. And some women I know, even their fathers. And so because you had that as a young age, you tend to, whether you realize it or not, it has been planted in you. Remember, I told you it starts at that foundation. So whatever that foundation is, a lot of times, that's what you're leading with. Or you were the ugly duckling in school, and you finally got yourself together. You popped out, and you look beautiful. And guess what? Sexuality. Let me show you my body. Let me show you what I got. Or you could be the woman that's of age, like myself, and say, you know what? I'm older, but I still got it, honey. My waistline's still small. That butt still pop. Like you see a lot of housewives and stuff, and they do look great. But they lead with that and then wonder why, when they're in the relationship, why it's a situationship or why the marriage isn't what it is, because it was all built on a facade. It wasn't really built on the natural you. And when you're a lot of times exposing those different body parts, or you are what is that? Not just exposing, but you are leading with that. A lot of times we don't understand that it's a setup for failure. There's no foundation there. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm going to start off. I'm going to read real quick. This is not going to be a long video. I already put in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Beauty was sexualized before it was humanized. All right. Instead of being allowed to explore beauty, expression, elegance, art, femininity, Black women beauty was often sexualized first. And I know we always talk about, when you think back in the slavery days, that's what we were. We were, I forgot the word, they were bed wenches. I think I'm saying it right? We were that. We were always sexualized. We were rejected, but we were only wanted for that. So when your foundation is like that, we tend to bring that in every generation. As mothers, as grandmothers, you know, what we tell our girls, you look good, you got a nice body, get you a husband and settle down. You know, that's what they were telling them back then. Now we're bosses and stuff like that, where we're like, I don't need no man, but if he want me, he got to be able to, you know, he got to be able to handle all the attention and all the stuff that I'm getting, because everybody want me. But do they really want you? Because they don't really know you. You don't really even know yourself. You haven't embraced your true authenticity, right? So we lead with the sexuality. You ever notice something? I just wanted to say this. And I know we see all race of women, especially on social media, that are half naked, butt out, showing you they got their butt done and all this stuff. But you ever notice that when Hollywood, a lot of times, and I thank God for the beautiful celebs that we do have that know elegance and classiness and different things like that. But you ever notice there is a difference? Like I don't see a lot of other race of women on social media twerking. I mean, from whatever age, I don't see them showing all their backside and all that different stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I see it more with us. And that's something that we need to explore. Yeah, we having fun and we just doing our thing, but we're leading with that. And then want to turn around and say, oh, he don't want nothing. He just want to play games. He want to have different women. Yeah, because that's what you're doing. You're giving him something to make him feel that way. Instead of being your true authentic self, showing your natural beauty, relax and chill, covered. You don't have to be all covered up, right? But you can be covered up in a way where it makes him wonder. Now they don't have to wonder. It's just right there in their face. They don't even have to work for it, to be honest. All right. So your value was, our value was put into our body and how it makes others feel. Ooh, when I step on the scene, they gonna already know. You know what I mean? I had a good friend of mine say to me, when you come in a room, you shift the room. And I was like, huh? Because I had on, I forgot what I had on at the time. And they said that to me. It was a man. And I said, really? He said, yes, it's your aura. What does your aura say about you when you come in the room? Is your aura is, I'm the baddest bee, look at my butt? Is that what the aura is saying? Is your aura saying I'm insecure? What's your energy like? What energy are you giving off? You know, that's something to think about. There was no language for subtle beauty because Black women were rarely shown. Minimalism, effortless elegance, soft grooming, understated luxury. Many learned, this is who we should have been, right? But many learned beauty only in extremes, over sexualized or invisible, hyper glam or neglected, loud or hidden. So that is a lot of what we pushed. And a lot of us they're curvy. Historically, society affirmed Black women when they were curvy, sexual, entertaining, desirable to others. So sexuality became the fastest way to feel seen and to feel valued. Sexuality became the way for us to feel seen and to feel valued. Remember when we was in school and you was still a virgin and the guy was like, oh, she ain't doing nothing. So they'll move on to the hot girl that wasn't a virgin and didn't care or whatever. It's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? There is a man that loves that and there is a man that doesn't love that. But I don't really care about I do care about the sexuality part, but I think the main part that I wanted you guys to understand, we distract ourselves by when we say self-love and we get our hair done and we want it all seductive and long and all these different things. When we do those different things, we're really saying that I lead with this. You still can't see me. It's like we're still hiding behind the facade that we're giving out. Okay? And so a lot of times I've seen it. I just saw this video where the Burger King lady had everybody come in to work with pajamas on. And they had nice shapes, but they was like, doing their thing. And I was like, they didn't even have to do their hair because they came in. They couldn't wait to put that bonnet on. And I said to myself, a lot of us, we just use different vices to hide our beauty. our natural beauty. And different vices can be sexuality. It could be, I don't really care because when I get myself fixed up, I look like somebody. Vices could be, I'm gonna hide behind the hair and the makeup, right? I don't really want to show myself. If they really saw me, if I take away the sexuality, I still have a great body. But if they really saw me, would they still love me? If I wake up in the morning and I'm not wearing any makeup and my hair is all over the place, would they still love me? If I had a conversation that had depth to it, would they still love me? Would they still be attracted to me? A lot of us are leading with sexuality because we understand that because we're hiding the real natural beauty, and the natural beauty is within us, and it comes through us through our the way we converse, how we handle ourselves, how we treat ourselves as ladies, as young ladies, older ladies, right? It comes through that. That's the natural beauty. But if you're leading with the sexuality, the conversation is light, it's very superficial, and it leads to nowhere. So again, this is still a series, but we're talking about how Black women now, we prefer to even lead with sexuality, our bodies, and those different things, instead of leading with this and this. And understanding that our natural beauty comes from within. And I don't have to give you all that. I can give that special man all access. But you don't get access to this because I'm not trying to catch a one-night stand. I'm not trying to catch those things. I want someone to really see me. A lot of us want to be loved. A lot of us want to be seen. A lot of us want a great man. A lot of us want a good man. But if that is what we're leading with, there's no way we can get that. All right. 2026, ladies, go ahead and book for your hair health reset. For those of you that still, you can wear your wigs and weave, but you're saying, hey, I want to go ahead and take care of my hair, take care of my face, take care of my body, those different things. I'm going to put the link in there as well. Go ahead and check us out. Check me out. Book your appointment today, all right, for next year. See you guys later.